Lithuania is also a member. Yeah. Okay, now let me elaborate about this. If you are a student in one Schengen country, right? For example, there are about, I think there are 26 members. There are 26 countries within the Schengen zone. I think 26, yes.
Yes.
Okay, now, if you are a student in any of them and you have your legal permits, right? Yes, you can pick up your passport. For example, if you are studying in Spain, you can pick up your passport any morning and you dive into a train or you dive into a car if you want to go to France. Nobody stops you. When you reach the border, you just show them your passport and you are good to go. Because the visa in your passport is going to indicate that it is for EU and it is equally for Schengen, the Schengen zone. Probably you may get the visa type called the national visa because most countries, Poland, Germany, I think other countries within the EU, they have this national visa type. Even if it's not a national visa, just the fact that you are studying in a Schengen zone, you can equally move to other countries. My friends are in Germany. A lot of them are in Germany, but they go to Poland all the time. My friend recently returned from Copenhagen, Denmark, few months back. He is a student in Germany. So it's very possible like that. That's why even studying in the Schengen zone, I prefer studying in the Schengen zone than studying in maybe United States or Canada. But again, it depends on priority and goals because we don't have the same goals. I can still decide to move to Canada looking at so many other things. You understand? But if I'm a businessman or probably if I have some connections within Europe and I am more into business, I would prefer going to the EU or the Schengen zone because it will help me a lot to move in and out of various countries and do whatsoever activity I'm doing.
Okay.
Yes.
I want to ask another question.
Okay.
Do you have, does your agency offer work permit package? Do you have that package?
No, actually for now, I still don't have an agency, like a registered agency, right? Yes, I don't want to rush things. I'm taking my time to put things into place because right now, if I open an agency now, I will be more dedicated to it. You understand? But I think with time, probably maybe before a year or a year plus, I will bring out something. My agency will be in full effect. In that way, I will dedicate myself more to it. And because the reason is, I really don't want to start something that I will bring in people that have less knowledge of what I'm doing. You understand? Otherwise, I would have opened an agency and maybe put people there. But it is not going to be of help to me because I don't want issues that will bring problems a lot because it is going to cause more harm bringing people into business that are not well equipped. Though I can train someone for that, but this thing, these travel abroad opportunities and stuff like that, it is not something you have to train people about. It is something you have to bring in somebody that is like much more informed. I've traveled so far to 3 countries, so I know a lot about it. You understand? Okay.
How many do you have left?
In the EU so far, for Spain, for Germany, the issue is I really don't like doing for Germany now. The reason is because, Germany, especially when students come and they are bachelor's degree students, they will be like, Milton, I need the German language. The German language will complicate issues for bachelor students. So if you're a bachelor student watching the channel, please go and get the German language, all right? Okay, now, for master's degree students, a lot of master's students think that to get admissions to Germany, you need the German language. It is not true. All right, it is not true. I have people studying in Germany. I have once gotten admissions many times in German universities. So I know I've gotten it for people. Now, this is what I would advise. If you want to study in Germany, right, I can do for Germany if at all the student have the IELTS exam. Okay, now, for Lithuania, it is possible if you don't have the IELTS, but again, I will have to consult some partners. Yes. Then again, for Latvia, it is possible if you don't have the IELTS, it is possible. Then for Spain, I can do for Spain equally. If you have the IELTS, it is better. But if you do not have the IELTS, it may be complicated. Okay, for Italy, we can do if you don't have the IELTS. It's no problem at all. You understand?
Okay.
Yes. So these are the countries in the European Union and the EU or the Schengen zone. For Turkey, we equally do for Turkey. For Canada, right now I have a community college in Canada. One of my students from Liberia, He got his visa. I haven't called him this morning, but I'll call him. Actually, I was working with him long time ago. He got admissions for Austria. I struggled and pulled through to them. You know, Austria, you have to go through an online exam.
Yes.
So their school was looking just for 240 students, and there were four. I got two Liberians and two Nigerians. Yes, they had to pull through. I pulled them through to the point where they had to go for an interview because the school needed just 240 students. But at the end of the day,
Yes.
there were more than 240, so they needed to go for an interview. You understand?
Okay.
So that was
Yes.
what happened. So when they went for the interview, you
Okay.
know, interview is not something that is anybody's made. They failed the interview.
Okay.
So yes,
Okay.
so
No
finally
problem.
he struggled and he got Canada, and he, in fact, God willingly, they gave him the visa. So he was to travel to Abidjan from Liberia to collect a visa. His friend got rejected, but I told him to try again. You know, these things is for you to keep trying. If your passion or
Okay.
if you have a goal,
Okay.
like I told you, if you have a goal, you need to work towards the goal. If you are rejected, it doesn't mean that you will be rejected again if you try. There are people that got 5 rejections and on the sixth attempt, they got the visas. So it's just to keep trying
Okay.
and putting your energy there. Did
All
I
right.
answer
So
your
you don't
question?
have any admission. Yes, you don't have any admission package for Poland at all.
No, I do for Poland, but right now the schools is not open. It's only going to start. Poland admissions is only for the school that I do for, right? It's only going to start March against September. But most of the times, most of the program starts October.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, there is
So,
one. There is
all
one
right.
Nigerian brother. One Nigerian brother. I got him. I got for many people. Some people withdrew because of this appointment stuff, right? Then one girl withdrew. She's a Cameroonian because of sponsorship issues. She later explained to me a lot of things which I would not like to share here. The people wanted, or the person wanted
Yeah.
to sponsor her, was asking, demanding for so many things. In fact, you may understand already. I don't want to share the information here.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
then the other Nigerian guy, he's an elder brother anyway, because from the credentials I saw, I was trying to get bachelor's for him. I don't remember, is it bachelor's or master's? But he had a problem with his passport and WAEC certificate. I think one of them had name issues, or is it age issues? Then, so the school insisted that he must bring a document. So I struggled and he brought the document from the court. I submitted, and because of time constraint, he had to pay first deposit late. And before he came back, it was already September, October. And you know, when you have issues like this, it takes time for the school to process them. So when you are coming now late, it's a lot of problem because the admissions officer I was working with, you know, there are a lot of admissions officers. Today you may send an email and you talk to a different admissions officer tomorrow, and the next tomorrow you talk to a different one. So the girl I was talking to, or the admissions officer, let me address it this way, I was talking to, she already said he should provide a document to show that his age and on the WAEC and on the passport, this is the same person. You understand? So to get the documents, it was easy, but for him to pay his tuition, first deposit, you know, for Poland, you have to pay first deposit of tuition before you can get the final acceptance letter that is going to get you your student visa. You are aware, right? Are you aware of that? You have to pay first deposit to apply for the visa. So before he paid the money, he had issues paying with Nigerian banks. I don't understand what is happening in Nigeria, but from what he told me, he had issues, and later on the money was paid. His first deposit was paid from Germany. So when the receipt reached me, because I'm the one who has to send to the admissions team, when I received the receipt, it was already late. And the admissions team said it was late, there was nothing they could do. And they said if he is still interested, then he has to wait for the next semester. So I don't know how it's going to look like. Maybe probably he's going to try again. I do not know. But I was just explaining to you that how I do it for Poland. All right, it's only for March upward that the school is going to open. Sometimes I think last year they opened in April. I don't remember vividly because sometimes I go through these things and I move further. I only have to go again and check.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so this is what I have advised.
Mm-hmm.
Once I see a price catalog,
yes,
and I trust that it won't be too expensive, so that we can be able to afford it.
mm-hmm.
Once I see it, then I'll go through all this. Then please, you just help me do something. The schools and the date of admission and everything. Maybe you send it to me. Then we'll just pick like 2 or 3.
Okay, I will send the details to your number. Then
Alright.
so you can go through it. Yes. Then any other thing we can talk from there, right?
Yes, any other thing. So we can talk for that. So don't forget, basically, it is Poland that is my agenda.
Okay.
But I can go through other places. So
okay.
Then when I see your list, you tell me the list of documents I will need. From there, we'll start chatting.
For the documentation, for the required documents you need, they are not documents that are complicated, right? I think any addition will just be the motivation letter and the CV for the Spanish school, all right, because the school is open right now. I do not know. Another thing again you need to know is that the Spanish embassy, it all depends on the country anyway. The Spanish embassy now in Cameroon is not open for visa application because I have an applicant, like I told you, I do these things. I have an applicant who was supposed to be applying this time. He was supposed to apply last year. Then the school said they have contacted the embassy, and the embassy said that there is no appointment. So he had to wait. So he was waiting, but right now it looks like there was an appointment, but it is closed again because he will be applying from Cameroon. You understand? So one good thing about this thing is, again, before I forget, Malta is also available. All right, Malta is also available. One good thing is that some of the schools will guide you, especially private universities. They will guide you, but again, you have to understand private universities tuition fee is a little more higher than public schools, right? Yes. So the school in Spain said he should apply. Even right now, they were asking me what is the update. So I reached out to him, and the embassy is still saying that they don't have an appointment date yet. So we are hoping that this January he can get an appointment, apply, and move, because he had already paid almost close to 3,000 euros for his tuition fee.
Okay. Don't forget, I'm in Nigeria, so.
Yes, I know.
Okay. So it means that you just also you help me if it's to come to Cameroon or any other country to go and to do the visa appointment. Which one is easier? You just let me know.
Okay, good. You just draw my attention to something. Let me answer this really quickly. You know, for you to go to another country to apply for visa, right? It means that the embassy in your home country is not available. It means that you don't have the embassy in your country. That is the first criteria. Do you get me?
Okay.
Secondly, if you must go to another country to apply for a visa, which is not your country, for example, if you want to, Cameroonians and Ghanaians, they are coming to Nigeria to apply for Polish visa. You are aware, right? Student visa. That's because we don't have the Polish consulate or embassy in our countries. They used to be there, but they don't process visas. So with that way, we can move over. Same thing for Austria. Cameroonians move to Austria to apply because we do not have the embassy here. You understand? Same thing for Lithuania. Most Africans go to Egypt. Are you aware? Others go to South Africa.
Yes.
But Cameroonians go to Egypt. You get it? Because there is no consular here. Why those from they go to South Africa? You understand? Those around those areas, Zimbabwe and all the rest. So for you to apply for a visa in a different country, if the embassy is not in your home country, it means that you have to go to that country. Did I say something that makes sense? Yes. So now, if you want to leave Nigeria to come to Cameroon to apply for a visa, the Spanish student visa, for example, it means that there is no Spanish embassy in Nigeria. Even if there is a Spanish embassy in Nigeria, there should be that there is no appointment. Did you get it? Because there should be that there is no appointment. Because when you come to Cameroon, right, they will see that you are a Nigerian. They will now ask you, why did you book an appointment here where we have the Spanish embassy in your home country? You are the one to tell them now that you checked and there was no appointment. Again, make sure you are telling them the truth, because they will verify the date that you booked that appointment, right? And If it doesn't correspond, that within that date there was no appointment, they will not grant you access to apply for the visa. So we have to be careful.
Okay.
Yes, another option is if you have a residence permit for that country, you can apply for the visa in that country. If you are coming to Cameroon and you are a Nigerian and you have a Cameroon permit, of course you can apply. That's another option.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
This is how it works.
No problem. So, okay, so no problem. So I'll be